everybody, we're drunk. Sort of, not yet, but soon.
I need to put the cap away, or I'm gonna fidget with it. You're gonna hear it. Oh wait, but we can mute.
I'm gonna finish this beer real quick and open another one.
Chug, 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 chug.
It wasn't very loud. Oh, this is the opening. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this or not. Imagine this. It's a misty morning in the green hills of old Ireland. A poor farmer named Tom Fitzpatrick is out walking his field when he hears the faint tap, tap, tap of a tiny hammer. Curious, he creeps closer, and there, sitting on the low wall, is a wee man, no taller than your knee. He is dressed in a red coat, with a pointed hat and spectacles perched on his nose. He's busy stitching a fine pair of shoes, humming a tune only fairies know. Tom's heart leaps. He knows the stories. This is a leprechaun, shoemaker of the fairy folk, and every leprechaun guards a pot of gold. If you can catch one, and never take your eyes off him, he must reveal his treasure. Tom springs forward, grabs the little man by the scruff, and shouts, "Got ye, ye wee rogue! Now take me to your gold, or I'll never let ye go." The leprechaun squirms, but soon's laugh. "Ah, faith, you caught me fair square. I'll show you the gold, but you must keep your eyes on me the whole way, or I'll vanish like the mist." Tom agrees, gripping tight. They march across fields, through hedges, until they reach a great field of thistle and ragwort. The leprechaun points to one particular bush. "There," he says, "dig under that bush, and you will find me pot of gold." But Tom has no spade. "I'll go fetch one," he says, "but first, promise me you won't move the bush or trick me." The leprechaun grins. "I swear by the soles of my shoes, I won't touch a thing, but be sure, tie a red ribbon round the bush, so you know it when you return." Tom ties the ribbon, hurries home for his spade, and races back, only to find every single bush in the field now sports a bright red ribbon, hundreds of them fluttering in the breeze. The leprechaun, long gone. Tom digs and digs, but finds nothing but dirt and disappointment. The little shoemaker had outwitted him with the oldest trick in the book. And that's the way of the leprechaun, full of mischief, quick with a bargain, and always one step ahead. But what if I told you it isn't just an Irish tale? Across the world, from forests of Japan to the mountains of American South, people have whispered of tiny hidden folk, guardians, tricksters, helpers who vanish when you think you've got them cornered. Today, on The Wandering Crow, we're diving into these stories, starting with the leprechaun himself.
There is a medicine story that tells of Crow's fascination with her own shadow. She kept looking at it, pecking at it, until her shadow woke up and became alive. Then Crow Shadow ate her. Crow is dead Crow now. Join us as we attempt to look through the Wandering Crow's eye to find the gateway to the supernatural, to seek to know the unknowable mysteries of creation. Welcome to the Wandering Crow podcast.
Hey, you wee motherfucker! You nailed it.
Never trust a leprechaun.
What's the right swear words for? What is that? Is that Scottish or Irish?
Cunt.
Irish.
Irish accent.
I've been listening.
It's an Irish accent. Cunt.
Never trust the little cunts.
Oh, you
All right.
nailed it. That was
I read that like 5 times at work today. I was trying to get the accent down.
that
was amazing.
Yeah, that was very
I thought that would
animated
be
and well
I
done.
was
very
enchanted.
fun.
Good acting. Yes,
So
sir.
Very
exciting.
Acting.
I love it.
Hello, wanderers and murderers. Welcome back to the Wandering Crow. All right, I'll be done with that accent. Sorry. If I've offended any Irish people, I apologize.
Oh,
We love you, Ireland.
If you didn't know, today we're going to talk about leprechauns and other little people, dwarves, elves, whatever have you. But to start, please take a listen to our social media plugs.
If you like what we do, please like, subscribe, download, comment on, and leave a review. Please give us a 5-star rating. If you have a story and you want to share it, you can reach out to us on a variety of ways. We have our email on the website, which has links to all of our media. We have tons of social media links, all available in the show notes.
And now back to the show.
All right, and if you do visit our social media, maybe you will meet a leprechaun and find his pot of gold. Just saying. Just saying.
Agreed.
Just saying. So, diving into this subject was quite interesting and quite surprising to me.
Really?
Yes.
What surprised you about it?
Well, just kind of what actually a leprechaun is.
Oh. Well.
What, and the worldview of a leprechaun is not what a leprechaun is.
What?
Per se.
What is the worldview of a leprechaun?
It's green.
Hey, they're always after me, Lucky Charms.
Yes.
American view.
Oh, I thought you meant like put yourself in
St.
the
Patrick's
position
Day.
of a
No.
leprechaun. What is his worldview? I was like, what the
No,
fuck
not
does
the
that mean,
leprechaun's
JT?
worldview. Well, I mean, if it's a leprechaun's worldview, he's like always having to look up.
Poor guy. That must hurt the neck.
He's always thinking about how he can trick the shit out of you.
How? So tell us about that. What do you mean? He's a trickster, you're saying?
Right. Well,
Always? He's just always in that frame?
no, not always,
Oh,
but
okay.
where do they come from? Where do leprechauns come from? And what does the word leprechaun mean? So what is a leprechaun? It's a type of elf, dwarf, but mostly it's just a little old man.
Oh. Yeah.
So while you find terms included in the dictionary definitions of leprechaun, the reality is that they are merely descriptions of what leprechauns look like. And of course, when we say the word reality, that's very loosely. Like, are they real?
Yes. Obviously.
Are they?
Duh. Yes.
Are they real?
Yes.
Are they real physical beings?
Mm, I
Or
don't
are
know about
they,
that. I think they're real. But
are they
continue.
invisible?
They're invisible.
Well, I mean,
Right,
as far as we know,
yeah.
leprechauns are kind of imaginary, or if they do exist, we could certainly, we don't really have indisputable evidence of their existence. Have you known anybody that's found a pot of gold?
I mean,
I don't.
I guess not like at the end of a rainbow kind of situation. No.
Apparently,
Well-
there's a pub in Ireland that has a leprechaun skeleton.
What?
Oh my God. They've got an infant skeleton or something like that.
I think it's
basically.
just a pile of bones that they arrange to look like
Okay.
a little person.
God.
Or God forbid, it might actually be a poor
Like,
little person
a little
who
person or a
someone decided was a
young
leprechaun.
person.
Yeah.
So mostly they're just in the Irish folk tales and fairy tales that have been passed down over the centuries. And based on the characterization found in these stories, a concise definition for leprechaun is a leprechaun is a solitary Irish fairy characterized by its short stature, habitual shoemaking and mischief making, and its immense wealth, which typically takes the form of crocks of hidden treasure. Crocks or pots. Crocks,
Thank you. I didn't know.
Well, you don't know what a crock is? Like a stone
I mean, I know what a
cooking crock?
crock
Like-
pot is, so I guess I do know.
Yeah,
Is that like
crock
where you?
pot is
Is that like chai tea, where it actually means tea in the right language? So like,
I must be married to
Hot
a former
pot.
pampered chef consultant because if you're a pampered chef person, you know what a crock is. So anyway,
yeah, that's true.
so as solitary fairies, which puts them in the same category as the Clucharan and the Far Darig, leprechauns are withered, old, in every way unlike the social spirits or trooping fairies. They dress with an unfairy homeliness and are indeed most sluttish.
Wait, I thought homely. Doesn't homely mean kind of ugly?
Yeah,
You're a homely one.
yeah.
Okay.
Sluttish, I think, mean more like slouching, jeering, just kind of like,
Oh, I thought you meant like sluttish, like as in dressing a little slutty. Like they're kind of showing some skin.
Well, no,
Trying
they have like full on suits
Oh,
when they wear stuff. I don't know why. I don't know where the
I have a very
This-
different interpretation of the word sluttish then.
that's a very different interpretation. Don't ask me to define this the way it is. It's just the way it is. But they're also very mischievous phantoms, if I can speak correctly. So, according to W.B. Yeats,
Yes.
in his 1888 book, Fairy and the Folk Tales of the Irish Peasantry, D.R. McNally Jr. elaborates on the physical appearance of the leprechaun. He, the leprechaun, is of diminutive size, about 3 feet high, and is dressed in a little red jacket or roundabout, with red breeches buckled at the knee, gray and black stockings, and a hat crooked in the style of a century ago, and over a little old withered face. So he's like an. Have you guys seen like a bitter beer face, or
Yes.
like old men that don't
I
have
remember
teeth
those
and they can
commercials.
The bitter beer.
squish their faces up and look
Mhm.
all funky? That's what I think.
Never
Like
mind.
a
There's
little
no
leprechaun
teeth to
would
hold
look
their
like.
lips up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Nice.
and they can like do weird stuff with their lips and they look really
Yeah.
ugly.
Makes me look forward to
Wizened.
losing my teeth.
McAnally also specified. So I said D.R. McAnally. I think I might have pronounced it wrong when I first started.
McNally, isn't it?
Nope.
McNa-
MC capital
Oh.
ANNLLY.
You're right. It does. It
McAnally.
looks like Mick Anal Lee.
Mhm, yes, it sure does.
That's how it's
Whoa.
spelled, friends.
Yep.
McAnally.
Okay, but they put different emphasis on different syllables
Syllables.
over there. So today, learning about fairies and stuff, I learned that the word controversy is pronounced controversies,
Yeah.
amongst other
The
things,
fuck?
right?
Yeah.
Controversies.
Controversies.
There is
I
actually
liked it.
an Irishman that I follow. He says the word cunt like every other word. His name is Garen Music. He's really cute. I like him a lot. He's a funny dude. And he says that they say he was comparing American pronunciations to Irish pronunciations. You know the word film, F-I-L-M, like I'm going to go see this film and it's going to be really cool. He says in Ireland they pronounce it film. Like there's a little bit of an
Film.
film, like a
We're
little
gonna go
thing.
be a
between
film
the
with
L
that
and the
cunt.
that's
Weird.
got to go back to Welsh language and like apostrophes being in places. I just have to imagine
Well-
because where's the I sound? Where's the extra syllable?
I
At least
mean,
controversy
Film.
has all the
Controversy.
same sounds.
well, and then there's another. What is that other one? And I think this is an English thing. Aluminium.
Yeah,
What the
and
fuck, guys?
honestly, the controversy might have been England.
Mm,
Well,
controversy.
the base.
I don't know the difference.
I mean, we love you guys. We love you, Europe.
No,
we love you,
but we're
England.
just-
We
Yeah.
love you, Ireland. But we don't. I don't get it.
I
Al-
mean, maybe
alum
I know
is
the
the
difference, but I
is
don't
the
know the difference
base
now that I'm not listening.
periodic table. Alum.
Okay,
We just say aluminum.
alum. We're saying the alum part.
Yeah.
Where does the
aluminium.
aluminium? Where does the eum come from?
I have no idea.
Aluminum.
I've heard it all over the
Right.
place.
I don't know. It's
Well,
fine.
but they also spell things differently over there
that's
too.
true.
So
Yeah.
maybe
That's true.
Maybe the thing is there.
Yeah.
Tangent.
we
So I'm going
solved-
to get back to
Good job, Abby. We
Yeah.
solved it.
McAnally.
Leprechauns.
McAnally also specifies that leprechauns will
Sorry,
typically
sir.
wear.
I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it.
He's dead. So
I
who
like how
cares?
your hair looks drunk too, JT. It's
My
like
hair
just
looks
ever
drunk?
so slightly askew.
I just want to do
Like
a quick,
barely out of
From-
place.
little mention.
That's what happens when you're in chlorine all day.
Oh,
JT's wife has mentioned that she's quite jealous of all of the fun that she's missing out on.
Oh.
Yeah, she wants to come in and drink a beer with me.
You know, I think that we
Get
can
fucked
allow
up.
like guest spouses on sometime to see that dynamic. I was like, you know, I need another body with me for these Betsy episodes to keep me on track. And I was like, I should just like make Steve come in here and co-host the episode with me.
Steve is
but-
so goddamn chill too. Like I would love
Oh,
for people to like meet him through you through the
Yeah.
podcast.
yeah.
So funny and Talat.
He's
don't even know.
he's
That'd
like
be fun.
he's a
that'd be
weird like
hilarious.
you'll never hear it from him, You know, I hear it because I'm his spouse and I'm his safe space. But he's like, why are you guys doing? Like nobody's listening to paranormal. Nobody's listening to this. And I'm like, you are mistaken, sir. And you shut your mouth. Yeah. So I don't know if he would ever do it with me, but maybe if I was
Okay.
like, you're allowed to drink.
Sorry. Tangent.
Back to
I have
JT.
lost control of this podcast.
You did. Sorry. Well, you know, alcohol.
Oh, do you know what we forgot to mention too?
What?
That my birthday is going to be, or this is coming out near my birthday.
Aye, sir. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. That's why we're drinking beer.
Woo! And it's
beverages.
near
And it's
about
near
St.
up
Pat's.
almost St. Patrick's Day as well. So, which is synonymous with leprechauns
Leprechauns.
wearing green. But McAnally, also specifies that leprechauns will typically wear an Elizabethan ruff around his neck and frills of lace at his wrists.
What is it like Prince? What are we talking about here?
Prince, yes.
Okay.
Like doily type.
Like the thing.
A
And it's like
blouse
so
with the thing.
thick,
Okay.
Yeah.
he can't even like button his jacket.
Right.
Okay. I see it. Got it. Thanks.
Prince. That's a really good visual, Abby. Prince.
Prince. There you go.
Prince was awesome. May he rest in
He
peace.
was a leprechaun.
Prince, but
He was
green.
short.
Right.
He has
He
the
was the
build
purple
of
leprechaun.
an elf.
Oh, yeah, totally.
He was very slender
A little bit
always.
slight,
Mhm,
but also had some sex appeal. Okay, continue. Sorry, JT. God.
And a little bit
With
of a
the
trickster.
exception of being on Ireland's Wild West coast, where he dispenses with the rough and frills. Okay, so most of Ireland's leprechauns have the little lace and shit.
Yeah, got it.
And then on the West Coast, they're like, fuck that. We're going to dispense with the rough and frills, and we're just going to wear a Frise overcoat over his pretty red suit.
What's phrasing?
Ooh, pretty red suit.
Frieze, Frise overcoat. I don't know.
What
Look
is
it up.
that?
Hold on. We'll fucking
Google
Google,
that
it,
shit.
man.
It is freeze.
Freeze.
Wow.
The freeze overcoat. Thank you for correcting me.
Zzz. Okay.
The distinction here is that all these just older descriptions have the color of the leprechaun suit as red.
I noticed that. What is up? I thought they were
Okay.
all wearing green and shit.
Okay.
It
a
is not
coarse-
green.
Coarse woolen, plain weave cloth with a nap on one side.
Oh.
What's a
What's a
nap?
nap?
And-
That's
and
like
the
the
picture-
texture, right?
I don't know about the nap, but like it's showing a dude in like a tunic, basically. Like a full like monk style, tunic to the floor length. So I don't know
Okay.
if that's really
I don't know.
Weird.
But he has a pretty red suit underneath it.
keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's
Which
up with
is
the red suit, bro? Because everybody
kinda
says
the
it's
point.
green.
So, have you heard of a trooping fairy?
No.
In Irish folklore, there are trooping fairies who wear green jackets. So, as a solitary fairy, the leprechaun essentially has a uniform which includes a jacket that is red by default. And in some northern counties of Ireland, where the leprechaun goes by the name, Logherman, Logherman, Logherman. Trying to Irish
Oh,
accent.
yeah, I see that word. There we go.
The uniform is actually a military uniform. So we can certainly find the resemblance of modern leprechaun depictions in that previous description, with the stockings, the breeches, the jackets, the hat, but the color is all wrong. Now, I think the first debut with the green was actually the Boston Celtics in 1950.
Really?
I think,
Wow.
yeah. And then there was a 1959 film by Darby O'Gill and it's called Darby O'Gill and the Little People. That they're green in that one, and then of course we've already talked about him, Lucky, the Lucky Charms mascot,
Lucky the leprechaun.
always looking for his Lucky Charms,
It's magically delicious.
and that debuted in 1963. Then, of course, there's also the University of Notre Dame's Fighting Irish mascot from 1964. but they're all modern depictions of leprechauns. So since and let's go into why. Let's go to why they switched from red to green. Since at least the mid 17th century, the national color of Ireland has been green. And over time, the Emerald Isle has only grown more synonymous with the color. Hence, that if I was truly doing it right, my beer would be green in honor of St. Patrick's Day.
Right? Isn't that so funny that we're just like, everybody just become a sea of green on St. Patrick's Day because Irish. And
Because that's their national color.
It's their national color, but boy, oh boy, are they really like? Is it we? Are we the ones running away with that, or them? It sounds like them as well. Sounds like
I think it's them.
It's everybody. We just everybody loves this. Like we love
here's
representing with green.
Here's something interesting.
Yes, sir.
Here's something fascinating. Here's something spellbinding.
Lay it on me. Lay it on us.
I must be 2 beers in. The same thing happened with St. Patrick, who in his earliest depictions is always adorned in blue.
Oh.
Even his shade of blue, there's even a shade of blue named after him. But unlike St. Patrick, however, leprechauns haven't just been greenwashed, they've also been cute washed. A clear attempt by advertisers to make leprechauns appealing to children so that they can sell cereal.
Reminds me of something.
Wow.
The Kappa. We talked about that one. No, just a Kappa. So we talked about the Kappa in one of our earlier episodes, and I think it was a siren episode. And it's like this ugly, wizened creature that basically kind of looks like a frog. And it tries to drown you, and it reaches its hand up your buttocks to retrieve your soul from you, because the soul is like priceless and it wants that. And it's called the Shirakodama. And so remember we talked about this.
Yeah.
Everybody had a reaction. It
might
have been before you.
There's the connection, guys.
Anyway, so in Japan, this Kappa is like this murderous little asshole who's going to try to butt rape you, right? But like they turned it into this little children's fairy who's like your good buddy and who's just really cute and means you no harm. But that doesn't seem harmless to me.
And
don't put your hand up my bum,
singing at you and wants to rip its soul out of your ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so I saw that connection. There was also another place, a couple other places where this reminded me of the Shirakodama, but I'll continue.
Yeah, keep going. Go. That's fine.
Well, okay.
No, I'm not done, but we can just
do there is this story. Let me see if I can find it real quick in my notes. Well, first of all, and I forget who told this story, but this came from the same source as you. Something called the Luricana or Luricon, which is another term for leprechaun. When in full dress, he wears a helmet several sizes too large for him, but in general, prudently discards this article of headgear as having a tendency to render him conspicuous in a country where helmets are obsolete. Do you know who else wore a fucking helmet? The Kappa, because he had to protect his little noggin, which had all of that magical water or whatever in it. It was like a whole weird thing. So that's the second thing that reminds me. And then the third was, there is a story, and I guess I didn't write it. Oh, here it is. Among the earliest leprechaun tales is the medieval 7th or 8th century tale, The Adventure of Fergus, Son of Letty, which depicts leprechauns as dangerous water sprites who try to drag the mythical King Fergus into the sea in order to drown him. Also, the behavior of the Kappa. In this case, however, the king prevails. He captures the thing and forces it to grant him 3 wishes in exchange for their release. So, like, it's fascinating the congruencies there between Japan and Ireland, and these are old stories in both countries. So there's no way that there was a mixing of cultures that created this, this duplication of story and sharing of that culture. Anyway, continue, JT.
Sure. So, cute No, leprechauns are not cute. They're ugly old men with wrinkled faces.
They're gonna murder you.
And there was a film that came out in 1993. It was actually a horror / comedy film, which depicted it's a more accurate portrayal of a leprechaun in the modern era. The leprechaun is sufficiently wrinkled, decrepit looking, and his obsession with shoes and treasure hoarding are front and center in the plot, keeping with traditional depictions. Speaking of that idea that a leprechaun would potentially kill to protect and or retrieve his treasure, that isn't that far-fetched, as W.Y. Evans Wentz wrote in his book in 1911, The Fairy Faith in Celtic Countries. The leprechaun indicates the place where the hidden treasure is to be found. If the person to whom he reveals such a secret makes it known to a second person, the first person dies.
Oh shit. Snitches get stitches.
Preach.
Or, to be a little nicer, no money is found. In some cases, the money is changed to ivy leaves or into furze blossoms.
You mean like other versions of the story, they don't die, these other
Yeah.
consequences. Gotcha.
But yeah, they could get dark.
JT gets a little flushed in the cheeks when he's been drinking. Okay, keep going, my friend.
It's also kind of a little hot in here because I
Yeah,
have a blanket over my head, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Um,
It's also like 90 degrees in Arizona already, guys. What the fuck?
I know. It's dumb.
Ugh.
I remember I used to cry in January when I lived there, and October,
Did you? Because the heat was coming?
because I was like, it's already so hot. What's it going to be like in May? It's going to be 150 degrees.
That is exactly my thought process right now. This is
Mhm.
disgusting, and I don't want to live here. It's too hot already, guys. It's too freaking hot. Anyway, sorry, JT.
Keep going.
Again, we've derailed the conversation.
Speaking of hot, no, that's just my looks.
Mm.
Hot.
Flushed.
Just kidding.
Ooh.
So there's another film writer, Alfred Percival Graves, in 1909, The Irish Fairy Book, in which the leprechaun is described as carrying a sporan nag sigilling.
The sporan? Isn't that the thing?
Sporan nag sigilling.
That's the thing.
Or
Go ahead, sorry.
it's a purse of inexhaustible shillings.
Oh.
And something that is loosely alluded to in the film. It's loosely alluded to in the 1993 film. That's what he's saying. So then there's a notion that leprechauns can only be retained by certain objects rather than just catching them. A plow chain or woolen thread can do the job. You can tie them up with those. In the movie Four Leaf Clover,
And only those?
well, I'm sure there's more.
Sorry, JT.
But in that movie, the leprechauns are portrayed as Irish myth and folklore, and they aren't purely evil. But they can be captured by these, this chain or the woolen thread.
So the woolen thread is like there's a magical element to it, is what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
So now what I would like to do is segue into that there were many scholars that believe they started out as Irish gods.
Hmm.
Right, Mandy?
Yes.
Would you please talk about that?
Well, it's just a super short thing.
Yeah.
So, and I have some things to say about this red suit business.
Then say it.
Well, I think I'll say that first then. Yes. So, this whole thing with the red cap and the red suit and the singular ones who are by themselves wear red, but the ones that are in a troop wear green. There is this other fae folk who is known as a red cap. Red caps are murderous bastards. So red caps literally have red caps. Their cap is soaked in the blood of their slayed
Whoa.
enemies. Everything that they wear is red because they soaked it in the blood of the people that they murdered.
Wow.
It's a malevolent, murderous type of fairy, which is like a goblin or a dwarf. this is a Scottish story, actually. So these are on the Scottish border towns that these things are said to live, and they inhabit ruined castles and towers. And if you like spend the night in one of these places, then you know the red cap's gonna get you.
Wow.
gonna
I'm
kill
totally going to do that when I go to Scotland.
Please.
That reminds me of Cameron bringing up the blue caps in the Jerome mines in haunted Arizona too.
Mm.
Blue caps.
Oh, yeah.
It's
that's
very
right.
similar to what you're describing, where they want to work, but if you offend them, if you try to pay them or some shit, they'll kill you
Oh.
because that's offensive.
Oh.
Don't offend them with your.
I'll pay you not to kill me.
With the
Anyway.
red caps, they actually have to kill pretty regularly. The story is that if the blood on their hats actually dries out, they'll die. So they kind of like have to. Their survival depends on it. But they're
That's
short,
nasty.
stocky, malicious looking. They have fiery red eyes, talons, and this cap that's dyed red. They're supposedly really, really fast. They wear iron boots. And they are solitary murderous creatures, which I think we said that already. They can be repelled by holy words, however. So if you quote stuff from the Bible, that will just send them right on their way. But anyway,
Good to know. Good
yeah.
to know.
So that
Some
reminded me.
life-saving- You're learning life-saving tips from
So
the Wandering
little
Crow.
individual
Yeah, you are.
reds versus the red caps. That's it. Yeah. Okay, got it.
So I am wondering if there's some crossover there with like the stories and with these creatures, right? Because even in Ireland, they agree the solitary ones are wearing the red, but the ones that are in groups are wearing the green. So maybe they're different creatures or like different, I don't know, cultures or tribes or whatever of creature, and their red ones are red because they've been murdering people and using them as clothing dye.
Mm.
Oh, gross.
But let's get back to the
I mean-
Tuath de Danann.
Tuath de Danann. I'm not super sure how to pronounce it, but okay. So
That's how I thought it was.
in Ireland, apparently this island that existed was ruled by like several different pantheons of gods before humans even came to the island, and there were like 6 or something. And the Tuatha De Danann like show up, and they're like these divine supernatural beings, and they have a ton of magic. They're really intelligent. They've got skills in the arts and crafts, and it said that they showed up and in this like cloud of dark mist, and they defeated the Firbolg, who were the pantheon of gods who existed on the island before them. So they like murdered like 100,000 of these Firbolg, and they took over Ireland. And then eventually, you know, after a long period of time, the Tuatha De Danann were kind of defeated by humans. So they lost this battle of control of Ireland to the human beings, and they fled into the other world. And that is the place where they exist hidden and not seen, but they are still there, kind of parallel to us. And over time, they've sort of evolved into the fairies and the spirits that we associate with a lot of Irish folklore. So leprechauns being one, elves and
okay.
other fae.
This is
Okay.
absolutely 100% related. So
Sweet.
did you guys
Do it.
already talk about the fact that the word fairy apparently meant the place that the fae came from?
No!
It originally referred to the space that they existed in, the realm of the fays. And then eventually, right, and this happens, you know, word of mouth, oral tradition, things change over time. Eventually it just became the things that were from that realm were referred to as fairies. And if you look at like the more original old world spelling of fairies, it's Faerie.
Yep.
Fairy. So your da-da-da-da-da-da-da-na who went off.
Tuatha De Danann.
Yes, he went off to the other world. He went off to fairy.
Yes. That makes sense, actually. Fairy is a place, but not a creature. Fae. The fae come from fairy. All right. Cool.
Yes.
Hey.
Interesting.
I learned something.
Mm-hmm. See, I did look some
Fascinating.
shit up and hear some things.
Hell
Good
yeah.
for you.
All right, JT. That's it. That's all I got on the Tuatha De Danann.
That's all you have?
That's literally all I got.
You guys.
Do you have anything about the Gales?
No. What's that? Like,
Do you,
winds?
JT?
yeah, what are we talking about here?
Yeah. So apparently there were in the history of Ireland, the Gaels were the ones that that built all of the megalithic structures on the island.
JT,
Yes.
Wikipedia is telling me that Gales are a part of Greek mythology.
What you say to that?
Oh wait, no. Well, this isn't saying Gales. It's saying Gale.
Gaels. That actually they were
Like Gaelic. Gaels. Gales. Well then, that
hold on,
changes
hold on.
everything.
It sure does. Spelling, friends. The more you know.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, Gaels. I guess Gaels are like Gaelic speaking druids.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm understanding what I'm trying to do. And there's been theories that they built a bunch of shit, but actually it was Stone Age people who crossed over from Britain, possibly when a land bridge had been present.
Ooh.
But that's not where we're going here. We're talking about like little people and stuff. So
Yeah.
there's a theory that the first inhabitants of Ireland was Twa Pygmies from a landlocked region of Africa, and they migrated from Ireland. But that's a fringe theory, and it's actually more of a Facebook meme than evidence-based.
I've been drinking. So wait, they emigrated from Ireland to Africa? What did you say?
From Africa to Ireland. Twa Pygmies.
Twa Pygmies, a long, long time ago, this tribe of super tiny people immigrates to this tiny little island we now call Ireland. And then it became, eventually the land bridge went away. And then what? What happened? So
that is just a fringe theory. It's not actually true.
Ah.
It's a modern fringe theory that if you go on Facebook...
You don't know it's not true.
Now that you go on Facebook, you're going to see a whole bunch of Twa Pygmies memes. But there's really no evidence-based theory of that.
What about that skeleton in that bar you were talking about? I'm sure that's totally legit.
It's been proved wrong. How many beers have you had already? Like
1.5, sir.
1.5?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm not even... Never mind.
What?
I am not making sense at all.
I'm not sure what you guys are talking about anymore because
we don't know what the fuck we're talking about either.
They're talking...
So first of all, we were supposed to go into the brownies after the leprechaun, but I think that because I said
we're not done with the leprechauns yet.
Honestly, this is like a whole episode just about leprechauns.
Because now I'm gonna blow your damn mind.
All right, blow my brains out.
Within the word leprechaun, there may be a reference to a group of real historical people from ancient Rome, the Luperci. The Luperci were essentially the stars of ancient Rome pastoral festival Lupercalia.
Wait, so many things open because of all the stuff I'm looking up.
Aren't the Luperci the naked priests who were whipping girls?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
What? What is happening right now? Am I too drunk for this?
Who comes from that?
The Luperci. Leprechaun. Luperci is a root of leprechaun, I guess.
So, but did the naked priests emigrate to Ireland? What is happening?
Also,
let me get through here.
Okay. I'll let you get there.
Sure.
Yep. Okay. Mute me. Just mute me right now because I'm too drunk for this.
The Luperci were essentially the stars of the ancient Roman pastoral festival Lupercalia.
They were the priests.
Yeah, they was held annually on the February 15th. So we're close to that just passed. They were priesthood comprised of young-ish men who would run naked or nearly naked around Rome's Palatine Hill, striking those they encountered with thongs. Not thong underwear or the thong you put on your feet, but they were made from narrow strips of flayed skin that they took from the animals they sacrificed.
Yes, our listeners just listened about this.
2 weeks.
Move on.
4 weeks ago.
Yeah, they know.
And so, what does this have to do with leprechauns?
Yes, please. I'm dying.
Jack shit. Nothing.
We just like
until Saint Augustine of Hippo compares the Luperci to Greek werewolves in the 5th century. Do you know about the Greek werewolves?
They have everything to do with leprechauns.
Obviously. How did I miss that? What?
The werewolves are said to transform from man to wolf after taking a dip in a lake and the point St. Augustine was trying to make was that the Luperci priests were similarly wild. On Luperci, they transformed. What's more, their name Luperci likely means something like Brothers of the Wolf. How the fuck did we go from leprechauns to Brothers of the Wolf?
Dude, you did this to us.
It's a
I
fake
still
I
don't.
know.
fact.
I know.
It's got to be fake.
I don't
It's got to
see
be
the connection.
misinformation. Are you getting us there or?
I'm getting you there.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
I
then.
thought,
Calm down.
I thought we were getting to.
I think so. I
Somebody's
think
just
maybe this
mistaken.
would all. Otherwise, this episode is going to just fail miserably.
No.
But when Irish
People are still
scholars get their
learning shit.
hands on St. Augustine's writings some 2 centuries later, something gets lost in translation. To put it lightly, it was a mistranslation. The Irish scholars think that Luperci or werewolves are at least some kind of supernatural race that's keen on aquatic activities. And aren't we having? Isn't there another? Didn't we just talk about some aquatic sprites?
There are water sprites trying to drown people and steal shit out of their asshole. Yep.
So that's how that ties in.
that was your big freaking climax to that.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So wait, but for real, that's where you're landing us with this whole werewolf thing. Okay.
This is where my rabbit hole went down to. I don't know why. It just sort of-
First of all, though, but like you're saying that this is the information you found and how it has been, how historically it evolved, and that is the truth of the evolution.
That's what
Yes.
one theory is.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what one theory is.
Oh,
So that the Luperci priests were later taken to be maybe werewolves, and then because the priests were so wild, obviously they're the same as werewolves, and then because the werewolves really liked playing in water, the name Luperci was mistranslated to leprechaun and goblin little water sprites. That's how we did that.
Okay. In addition to dubbing
yes.
these little beings or
I
these
think I nailed
werewolves or whatever that is, Lucropine, making the leprechaun's first significant appearance in Irish mythology. So basically, Irish mythology is derived from these Roman and Greek tales of crazy priests and potential crazy water wolf men.
Okay.
I
I don't think I buy it. But all right. It's an idea. It's okay. There's
So,
no such thing as
the
bad ideas when
scholars-
we're brainstorming.
But also the scholars make up a backstory, reasoning that the supernatural race of little Luperci were able to survive Noah's floods and seek refuge in Ireland
Okay.
on account of being such great swimmers.
What kind of freaking scholars are these?
Yeah, Noah's
They're old
flood.
Irish scholars that
these are creation
made up little beings
scholars.
that make
Sorry,
shoes and
Christians.
hoard gold.
Noah's
You lost
flood.
me right there.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you who it is, and then you said scholars, and I was like, oh, okay. And then you said Noah's Ark thing. I was like, ah. Is
Yes.
that like, what do we think about that? Like, what is our like? Am I weird for being like that's where I think things went off the rails?
What up, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Things went
honestly,
off the rails after I finished my second beer. So
it went off the rails
No.
with the werewolf is.
yeah,
I didn't know. It lost me.
It went way off the rails. But
It,
that's
it,
okay.
it was very like telephone, where you begin with like, yeah, it was very telephone, but and I feel a little bad being like, oh well, the reason is because they're creationist Christians, but also like the reason is
Okay. All right.
we'll just cut that shit out.
I don't know. It's fine.
I don't know.
I'm not super sure what's happening right now.
Okay, real quick. There's one other theory. Where did my other theory go?
I love how excited though we got because we recognized Luperci. Like I was like, "Whoa! I just learned that word."
Thing. The
We learned
The
foundation.
name, okay, so
was
what
there.
I'm talking about is the base. Like, where did the name Leprechaun come from? So
Yep.
that's where that whole other story came from. Let's
It
circle
was
back
good,
and be like,
JT. Don't
holy
you
shit!
dare worry.
Leprechaun came from Luperci, which are crazy priests whipping people with stuff,
Thongs.
and then
werewolves
and werewolves that
in the water
in
turn
the
back
water.
to men, and then they
And
want to
those
drown
are
the people.
those are the beginnings of leprechauns.
They
But
put the pieces together, and you got to give them.
there we go.
That's all
It
that
just
we're
took a
ever
little
doing.
while because of the inebriation to get it back to where
No,
we are.
it took a little while because of how like many pieces there were.
Yeah, there was a lot of steps
to the
to get there.
evolution of that.
But now I want to sing the thong song. Can
Okay,
we
do
that?
it.
I don't
Let's do
know
it.
all of the words. Do you remember
Thong
Cisco when we were like in high school? Baby
Do it.
movie,
Let
but
me
but
see
that
that
thong.
thong. Baby got a booty like what?
Baby,
What? Baby got a something like truck.
that
truck.
thong, the thong, thong, thong.
Let
Let your
me
body
see
go.
that thong. I think we were just singing very different lyrics.
Yeah, we were on different parts of the
It's gonna
song, but
sound
that's
great.
cool.
So
Thongs.
there was this one guy named Mr. Douglas Hyde.
Okay.
Okay.
And in addition to being a linguist and a folklorist, he was the first president of the Republic of Ireland and had a different theory about leprechauns.
Okay.
The name leprechaun is from the Irish leith brog, i.e., the one shoemaker, since he is generally seen working at a single shoe. It is spelt in Irish leith brogan or leith progan, and is in some places pronounced leprechaun, leprechaun, or in O'Reilly's Irish English Dictionary, first published in 1817. John O'Donovan's 1864 supplement to that same dictionary preferred the spelling lupracan, Lupraca, with a little mark across the top M, or lugricon, and wait, fuck that. I don't know.
Lubricon.
Whatever. Anyway,
Lube.
Made
the last
for her
spellings
pleasure.
are so that connects the spelling to Welsh.
We should probably link some kind of favorite lube or something in this episode.
We should.
And then our advertise, like we need to get
Analies.
Affiliates with all the sex toys and the like for no reason other than we just keep bringing it up.
Keep talking about sex things.
Well, since we already had anal in this episode,
Yeah, that's right.
great lube.
Yes, we're gonna need some lube.
Just
for
saying.
that.
Just
You
yeah,
definitely need lube for
you
that.
need the lube. Yeah,
For adult audiences only.
Mhm.
Totally. This episode is definitely going to have some sort of disclaimer.
Yeah.
Mm.
Lots
Yeah.
of overt sexual references.
Can we talk about the elf sex stuff now, please? This is like the perfect segue.
Well, it was
Are you
good-
done,
oh, is
G2?
it?
I don't know. We just
I don't-
talked about lube.
I know.
Yeah, let's move
Is
on.
all of your leprechaun research this long because we keep interrupting you, or was it really that much research?
It really
No,
only
I mean,
was
that's
like
a
10
lot of
minutes of
research.
stuff.
No.
Why would they able to just go through
No.
it? Go through it in like 10 minutes. The only thing that I have is just kind of an association with St. Patrick's Day, but let's move on.
No.
Well,
Talk about the thing.
I actually have who was Saint Patrick up on my screen because I was like, wait a minute, how are we not talking about that? But you do
Yeah.
your
Well,
thing.
Leprechauns really have no direct historical or religious tie to St. Patrick, who was the 5th century missionary who Christianized Ireland and died on March 17th, the date of the holiday. The connection stems from shared Irish heritage, both symbolizing Ireland's cultural identity, the association strength in the 20th century through American Irish celebrations, where immigrants in parades, first in New York in 1762, embraced folklore to honor their roots. So modern customs like wearing green to avoid a leprechaun pinch, that's an American invention. And I'm wearing green today. You guys are not.
America.
You get a pinch from me.
I forgot about the clothing thing.
So there really is no tie to St. Patrick and leprechauns, just other than
Then they're
happen.
all Irish.
Yes.
Bam. Good enough.
And I need to pause and go pee.
Damn it. Okay.
Then we're going to talk about your shit. Sorry.
Well, I'm just gonna say,
Pressing.
you go pee.
This is Mandy in Post. I hope you're enjoying the episode so far. Please enjoy this random medieval music that I decided to insert as part of the pee break just because I felt like it.
Anyway, what were we talking about, JT? Leprechauns and shit?
Yep.
St.
We were
Patrick's
talking about
Day?
the etymology of the word leprechaun.
That's right.
We sure were.
And then
And
we talked
according
about
to the issue of the 256 issue of the Revue Celtique, it's something much simpler. It comes from the Old Irish lucorpan, meaning little man.
yeah, that
Or
checks out.
Whitney Stokes interpreted leprechaun to mean small body, arguing it was composed of the Greek root lu, or lagu, small, and the Latin corpse body.
Do you know there's this like this idiom? I don't know, idiom is the right word, but there's like this thing that people say. It's like a word of wisdom that if it has hooves and a tail and a mane and it neighs, your first thought should always be that it's not a zebra, but a horse. Like the simplest explanation is usually the right one. So all of that weird convoluted thing about the Lupercalia priests whipping people and being werewolves, and then somehow that was a leprechaun, I think that was the zebra. I'm not buying it. This one though, I like this one. Simple. It works. Makes sense.
Great, let's talk about some elves or some other shit.
Okay.
Some other little people.
Woo! I don't feel like I have like a lot of time, but okay.
You
So
don't. Like, just get on with it.
we're gonna get on with it. It's so exciting. Okay, it's not, but I think I'm gonna do a mini about this. Anyway, so my assignment was to talk about this place called Elfland, and I'm like, well, actually, now that I think about it, where even is Elfland? Because there's not like a city that I could find called Elfland, except
Yeah.
in Missouri or some shit here
I
in the
thought
United
all
States.
of Sweden was just dubbed Elfland because
I
of
didn't-
all the elf lore.
Did not know that.
Oh.
But there's actually several places. So there's a place called the Elves Experience Village, which is in Kittilä, Finland. And then there's a place called Santa Claus Village, which is in Rovaniemi, Finland. Excuse me, I'm burping my beer. And then another place called Tamela Elfland, which is in Rauma, Finland, also Finland. And then this other place called Efteling, which is in this city that okay, we're going to try it. Kaatsheuvel, Netherlands. And then Nisseland, which is the place that makes the most sense because I think it literally translates to fairyland or like elfland, Denmark. And then there's an elf town in Ireland, guys. What? Ireland.
What are you
Whoa.
talking about?
Pulling it all
Elf
together.
sex stuff. God.
All right, fine. We'll get there. So, okay, I do want to say that Nisseland and Elfland, we actually already heard all these stories. I was so excited. I did all of these like research and stuff. I got on the track of like the Tomte, which JT has already talked about in one of our Christmas episodes. And not only did he talk about it,
Yeah.
he had like a cute little song. What's the song again? Tomte something? Gooba
Hej
Gubba?
tomtegubbe, slå I glasen, la det lustiga vara. It's a drinking song.
Yes.
Yay!
Thank you. I already finished my. Oh no, I didn't. Yay!
I'll
I'll
have to
drink
crack
that.
open beer number 3
To
soon.
your Irish accent and your elf song. Sir.
Yay,
Thank you.
I'm
Swedish
already
elf
in-
song.
I'm already in it. Yeah.
We're nice.
Great post.
Anyway, so that like whole area is all about the Fae folk and the hidden folk. So, okay, what are the Nissa? And so Nissa is like I think it's the Denmark version of. In Sweden, it's the Tomte. And in other places, they're different things, the Holdra and the Holdefolk. Okay. But they are the invisible people, the invisible neighbors. And Holdefolk is kind of Icelandic. And I started in Denmark and Norway and Sweden, but we're going to end up in Iceland for this last part, okay? Iceland, everybody. Okay. So there's this thing called the Holdra, which is actually part of Norwegian folklore. I'm going to start there. We're going to get where I'm going, right? It is this thing that appears as a very beautiful woman. Sometimes she has a cow's tail, but you know what? It's cool. Some people, it's not a big problem for a lot of folks.
How
But
did
the
they
weird,
know that it's a cow's tail
I mean, I don't know,
versus
a tail that looks like
a
a cow's tail.
tail?
Well, a horse has a very different tail with like all the hair and
Sure.
stuff. I don't know.
Sure.
What other animal has a tail like that?
What is a cow's
A
tail
rat.
like?
A lion.
I don't
It's
even
like
know.
long
Right?
and thin with like a little puff at the end or some shit,
Yep.
right?
I guess.
Yeah. Donkeys have a
Fine.
whatever.
Cow's
Moving
tail.
on.
Okay.
But the
Like a
weird part
cent-
about her
yeah.
is that she has a hollow back. So like from the back when you look at her, she looks like a hollowed out tree. And so she is in a way like a kind of wood nymph. Like she's actually like a tree spirit. And she like seduces men and I don't know, whatever she does. She does her thing and that's fine. More power to you, sister. But the Holdefolk are, and these exist all over. The elves are a really big deal all over this area of the world. They're described as living in rocks or mounds. And when people encounter them, they sometimes describe it as seeing or sensing them. Or they are like this parallel society. And we've talked about this before. We talk about what are the things with the fire demon things from the Middle East. Anyway, it's cool. I can't remember that name. It's fine. My early onset dementia kicking in and all alcohol. Damn it, guys. Come on. The things.
I don't
No?
know. All the listeners need to go back. We talk about all the little people in Sirens, in The Little People, Fae Folk, and the Jinn. Like we have discussed.
Jinn.
a
Thank you,
whole
Abby.
lot of this
Oh,
before.
Jinn.
That was
yeah.
what it was called. The
Ugh.
Jinn, the fire fairies.
Yes, they're freaking made of
Yes.
fire.
I didn't remember
what's
that
different about them.
specific detail. Okay.
Anyway, and elves can be helpful, malicious, whatever. Sometimes they're murderous. Sometimes they just want to have sex with you. Sometimes they're really helpful. You know, it just kind of depends on the mood, I guess, or the type. So, okay, I want to talk about Iceland because the elves are like so intrinsic in Iceland. It's such a big deal that they actually have like these different laws. According to a 2007 survey, 62% of Icelanders say that the existence of Huldafolk is actually possible, likely, or certain. The hidden people are such a deep part of their culture. 62%, guys.
That's okay.
That in the 19
That's a big range, but either like no matter wherever you are on that spectrum, you believe they are real.
Well, you would at least believe at a minimum that they're possible.
Right.
Right? So you're not willing to say that they're impossible at a minimum.
Okay. You're
like, for
agnostic
sure these
about
things
the
don't
elves.
believe, but maybe they do.
Mhm.
Agnostic about the elves. Yes. So that was perfect. The hidden people are so ingrained that at least since the 1930s, activists have been able to disrupt construction projects, saying, no, you can't build here because this is an elf habitat. Like there was this one time when they were like, hey, you can't build here because there's a little elf church here and you can't build on their little elf church. This was in 2013, friends.
Brada, okay, are you done telling that bit?
I'm close to it. But anyway, they
About the
basically-
2013 can't build the thing here. That's the bit I mean.
Yeah. Well, I'm like not 100%.
Well, as of 2017, there was actually a politician in Ireland basically making the same exact argument for not building a road through what looks like a crop circle. In Ireland, there's, I don't remember the number, but it was astronomical to me. And they're considered fairy homes in Ireland.
And they have a bunch of those just built into the hills of like Iceland and different countries in Scandinavia, where like these are supposedly homes for the elves to live in. And there
Ireland has the same sentiment about their fairy folk.
It sounds
is
like their
that
fae folk live in
They're fucking
trees.
real.
In Iceland, it's mostly rocks, is kind of what it sounds like, but I don't know. Maybe it's more than just rocks.
Rocks?
Yep. Big old rocks. Underneath the rock is where the fae folk live.
Oh, okay.
Mounds and stuff.
Gotcha.
Don't they have little homes built?
Yeah, they do now. Like, yeah, there are certain places where they just build homes into the hills for the little people to live in.
It's these crop circle things in Ireland, and the rowan trees are fairy homes. I'm just gonna like keep plugging
Honestly,
in my like Ireland thing in parallel with yours, and
I
everybody will get the
believe
info.
crop circles are definitely freaking fairy. Like, I believe it 100%.
Yeah,
Anyway,
why
so
not?
there's actually a law that was created that protects magical and folkloric places, which are said to be important to the elves. So they can't just be like, no, this is bullshit, we're just going to build anyway. They have to stop, and they have to make some kind of a consideration for these invisible people. That is how ingrained and important to the culture elves and the hidden folk are. Like, it's not a small thing.
Yeah.
They are a real apparition in the people's minds. Yeah.
It's like Elf on the Shelf, except like real.
So
they actually leave offerings at the little homes for the elves to find, so that they can find favor with the elves.
Yes.
Have either of you seen Eurovision on Netflix?
No, but you mentioned it before.
Yeah, I think you've talked about that.
Yeah.
That goes very much into the Icelandic elves.
Excuse me.
And how they help them get to the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh, is that the Will Ferrell movie? Yeah, you talked about that before.
The Will Ferrell movie. You guys got to
Will
watch
Ferrell.
it. It's so funny.
Okay, I'll try to watch it. Anyway, so you know me, I like to find real world examples of people who actually encountered these beings, because I believe that they exist, probably, most likely, and I wanted to hear some of these stories, right? So I found this encounter, this woman, her name is Hallgerdr, and it's like the little D with the line through it, so I think it's actually Hallgerdr. Hallgrimsdóttir. So Hallgrim's daughter. So Hallgerdr, Hallgrim's daughter, she was out in the forest, wandering around, hiking, just doing nature shit, when suddenly she encountered an elf. He was very good looking. He was a little bit thinner of frame. Again, think prince, everybody. Think prince. Slender of build, but very sexy. And he was like, yo, you want to have sex? And she's like, let's do it. Yep. So they went and they had sex in the woods somewhere. And she said it was the best goddamn sex of her life. So much so, she actually wrote a book about it and sold it. And I will try super hard to buy it.
Who are you speaking of?
Hallgerdr Hallgrimsdóttir.
Of?
Iceland.
Iceland.
I will send you.
Again, I have a
Sounds like
parallel
I need to go to
story
Iceland.
from Sweden.
I would like to buy this book. So here's the other thing that she said. So her book is called Please Yourself. Get it?
Nice.
Please Yourself.
Good.
Sex with the Icelandic Invisibles. It says that writing that book and publishing it has made her the leading authority on the mystic art of elf sex. Apparently, other people think that she's got balls of
I'm
steel.
sure there's like a ton of competition in that market.
Well, I guess she was the first one. And she actually came out not with a pen name. That is her real name. And she's like, no, bro, I fucking had sex with elves and I go out there all the time now and I just do it because it's so fucking good. Here's how you too can have sex with the elves.
What year was this, Mandy?
2008, I think she published this.
Let me school this bitch. In 1656, Karen Svendottir stood trial.
Another daughter?
This is in Sweden. She stood trial in the southern Swedish villain of Savstro on an unusual charge.
That was all wrong.
Sure. Correct me, sir. It's I know the U. Okay, Savstro. The A with the
I'd have to see it tonight.
The A with the 2 dots is an ah, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
Like an no, the A with 2 dots. Doesn't it make like kind of an O sound?
They don't have an A with 2 dots. The A with 1 dot over it is the OA.
Oh, well, this says Swedish village of Savjul with the 2 dots over the A and 2 dots over the O.
Oh.
So
2 dots over the O, yes. I don't know.
Regardless,
Yep.
okay.
Moving on to the important part.
Fornication with supernatural beings. Specifically, the court was investigating the young housemaid's claim that she had a relationship with the king of the fairies.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Sven's daughter, her name was Karen Svensdottir, testified that several years before, and this is a direct quote from atlasobscura.com, where does fairy romance come from? She testified that she had been approached by a handsome man dressed in gold who called himself an A with 2 dots over it, JT. Tell me, what's happening? Alvakungen, meaning elf king. He led her into the forest to the great hall hidden beneath a mountain where they danced and reveled with other elves in fine clothes. After this, Svendottir said her otherworldly lover began to visit regularly. Oh, and they had 7 children.
Oh, well, that's different.
So anyway.
Hallgrimsdottir says, here's what I loved about this. She says, the sex was some of the most wonderful sex of her whole life. She goes out there all the time now, and like her whole thing is she wants to show other people how to get out there so they can have sex with elves. And the elves, not only do they possess like supernatural powers, she thinks that having sex with them is really magical. She says they can do stuff you would never imagine and also have the imagination to think of things you never would. She apparently illustrated some of the sex positions that this elf guy did with her using stick figures. And I did try to find that because I want to see this elf Kama Sutra and I can't find it. But I promise you, I'm going to investigate this book. And if I can find an English language version, I will read it and do a mini episode about Please Yourself, Sex with the Icelandic Invisibles.
Oh, man.
I just thought that was magical. So apparently she's been sexually cavorting with these creatures for years. She's not monogamous. She doesn't like to keep things too serious. She just likes to kind of be willy-nilly having fun. She says she's not really sure how long these encounters last. She's bedded in soft moss with a supernatural being by her side. And she says that time kind of seems to blur in the space-time continuum. So, for her, it feels really, really long. But in reality, in our time, it might not actually be that long at all. I did kind of look a little bit further into that. Apparently, in the very early days of elf lore...
Savsjö, SAVSJO, was that
Wait,
it?
what?
Savsjö?
Savskoningr.
Says,
S-A 2 dots over the A. V-S-J-O 2 dots over the O.
Okay, SJO is huh.
Huh.
And so the A with the 2 dots, I am so sorry, I forgot, is eh. It's an eh sound. So says huh.
Says huh.
Huh is lake
Oh,
or sea.
okay.
There's a castle there too.
Anyway, so in the early days, apparently in the very first days of the elves, there were only men elves. And so they had to get it on with human ladies in order to procreate. And over time, now there are multiple genders of elves and different kinds of elves and whatever. But apparently, like, this is like a belief or whatever. Also, I am into the elf romance novels. I'm currently reading one right now, which I'm into. It's really nice. I haven't read enough of it to get to any of the sex scenes, but I'm sure that there will be sex scenes. It's called The Court That Bleeds Gold, a dark fantasy romance. And yeah, I'm into it. I like it.
Nice.
I get it. I get what the appeal is, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I was like, well, this is fascinating. If the elves are indeed so integral to Icelandic culture, what else might be out there? Well, friends, there is an elf school. And I was like, what is a motherfucking elf school? I even wrote in all caps, motherfucking elf school, exclamation, 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 because I'm so excited.
You did that.
I want to go to elf school, guys. I want to go. So
You want to go to
Is it like
motherfucking elf
clown
school?
What are we
Yes.
talking about here?
I don't think it's like a sex school. I think it's about learning about the elves. So the school is 38 years old. It's in Reykjavik, which is a little bit outside of my reach right now, but apparently they have online or at least like some kind of book that you can read, like learn from home about the elves. So what students in the elf school gain and learn is both a big and summarized part of Iceland's history, as well as everything that is known about elves and hidden people. And hear some of these beautiful stories of true friendship between Icelanders and the elves and the hidden people. Excuse me, I'm burping.
Do they have a scholarship program?
I don't know, but I want to. Like, Jesus, that sounds
So
so
want
good.
to go to that.
Yeah. So there are students in the elf school learn also about hundreds of Icelanders that have had personal contact with the elves themselves. And many of them have been invited into the homes of the elves and the hidden people in Iceland.
Wow.
So like like ate food with them, which I thought was a no-no. I thought you weren't supposed to eat. What are you doing? Knock it off.
Cat's
Mandy's
trying to
talking
piss
to her
you
cat.
off. I'm talking to my cat. She's being naughty. Little naughty pants. Just knocking around shit. Anyway, so they actually have stories on their website. It's called theelfschool.com. Super easy to find. And they actually have not only prices and scheduling of how you can get enrolled in the elf school, about the elf school, they have contemporary tales and folk tales. So in the contemporary tales, I thought I would share just a couple of these. The hidden people of Alfdavr. Two half-sisters, Halbara Eriksdóttir and don't know what that letter is, Pora Brynjolfsdóttir, lived on the farm Hongserthi in Alfdavr. They were clairvoyant and claimed to see things invisible to other people. They even said they saw the hidden people. One New Year's Eve, they were alone in the house as all the others had gone to the church at... Nope, not going to try that. The sisters were about to play cards when Pora suddenly couldn't keep her eyes open and fell asleep. At the same instant, Halla heard some beautiful singing. She walked to a window facing west, looked out, and spotted a group of people singing on a nearby hill. They looked very dignified and walked slowly past the house at some distance, then continued eastwards past Hjolnarhol. I think I did it. They continued their singing during their march.
No
until they
criticism from
finally
JT.
disappeared.
No news is good news.
I don't speak Icelandic.
Pora woke up feeling much
Okay,
refreshed
sorry.
after her sleep.
I forgot that we were in Iceland.
I want to share with you this freaking city's name because this is, I don't even know what these letters are, guys. Hold on.
Is this from the website?
Yep. Here, I'm going to paste it in the chat. Check this out. Check it out. Boom. Paste, biatch. There it is. That's the name of the city that I passed on. Like, nope, hard pass.
What now?
Pikvabejarklauster.
How the fuck do I get to the chat here?
my
Whoa. Okay, wait. Some of these letters are like
Cyrillic.
Russian. Okay, so the A and the E are
What
definitely.
is that thing that looks kind of like a P?
I don't know. In Russian, that would be like a V.
Oh, would it?
But like, and then the Y would be a U.
Vikva.
And the K's. I was learning Ukrainian for a hot minute, I don't know that if I remember things.
Yep,
There it is.
It's because we can't pronounce it because the alphabet is different. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yes,
their alphabet is not the same as ours.
I don't know what these letters are, everyone. So I passed. Anyway,
Thank you.
And then there's a story about the hidden priest and an angry shout from an elf house and the elf in the Black Forest in Germany. It's really fun, guys. Lots of really cool stories. But really, the thing I wanted to talk about most was the elf sex. And I will try to find that book because I would like to learn all about real life elf sex. And it's amazing, Abby, that there was another example of that from the 1600s in Sweden. Incredible.
Crazy.
That's it. That's my whole research, guys. So there we go.
Well, we went from red leprechauns to elf sex in our episode. And
Guys.
you need to pee again.
Guys, I'm elf curious.
Yes. Nice.
Oh.
That's my name, everyone. In the
You guys, well, we're an hour and a half in. I mean, this seems like the perfect little lull.
I think we're good.
I said all the things I needed to say. Like, I mean, I was gonna talk. I don't,
Honestly, Abby, you did perfect. You did exactly perfect, and it was so fun. And who gives a shit?
Right.
JT did so much research. I know you said it was just 10 minutes of research, JT. I don't believe you. You talked a lot, sir.
No. What I had to say was only 10 minutes. It wasn't 10 minutes of research.
No. Well, okay.
Right. Well,
she's drunk.
I meant like 10 minutes of speaking.
But the only thing that I wanted to say, really, although there were other little tidbits that I found, and I was able to slip some things in, was that they're in Irish folklore, and actually according to Wikipedia, the brownies are Scottish folklore, even though every other website I find says that they're of English and or Irish descent, and oftentimes through family lineages these little dudes carry through, which is funny. Let me first finish this thought. Sometimes they're called by different names. Basically these different names are synonyms for them, and one of them is the hobgoblin. And basically the way brownies are described, they're named based, their namesake is the way they look. They are brown skin, like hairy little ghoulish goblin-y looking creatures. Okay. And now by this point I should have posted part 3.5 of Betsy's thing, but I've already posted enough of Betsy's things to be able to say that I've already discussed how I think she has a goblin in her house. Mandy has already said she thinks she has a brownie in her house. Well, now I'm finding out that the two things are basically the same damn thing. And one of those immigrants who died in the house her father was born in Ireland, and she was born in England. So maybe if all of this shenanigans is true, if these little things will follow people based on their lineage. And by the way, her father, who was born in Ireland,
I didn't know
he
that.
moved over here and he died in Tacoma.
What?
Her Irish father did die here in Tacoma, and she was with him when he died in the house that he died in, which wasn't Betsy's. But I did actually find, like, he was a big deal or something. He had like he'd become ingrained himself as a member of the community. This is Amy that I'm talking about. Amy, the immigrant that died in Betsy's house. And I'm just saying, I'm making these connections between this little goblin and the Irish lineage of Amy people.
Sorry, keep going.
No, that's it. That's it. Boom, mic drop. I mean, I don't know. What else do I say about it?
I found a stick figure, guys. I found one of the sex figures.
That's what you're gasping about.
Yes, oh my god.
Share your screen.
All right,
Can we post it in the chat of the
I'm
episode?
so sorry. I was just trying to find the book so I could buy it, but the
Can it be
cover.
the thumbnail of the episode?
Please, oh my god, let's do it.
Come on, share your
I
screen.
don't think if we don't break any laws God, share
Well,
button.
they're stick figures.
Come on.
Clean.
Does the
Please.
stick figure have? Do they have genitals?
Yes. One of them does.
Okay, people, who wants to
Doing that
describe it?
tonight.
Who wants to describe it? This
It's
dude. Oh my
one
God, it's
on
the
top,
lady.
sitting on. Okay, so
They're
it's
playing chicken.
it's the
backwards.
lady sitting on the man's head with her crotch in his face,
Mhm.
He has a
and
massive
he has an
erection.
erection.
And
Doing this later.
I'm so glad I found this. This is the perfect way
Oh,
to
that's
end
Please
the
yourself.
episode.
so what? But so the implication being that the elf is human sized here.
I mean, yeah, for the most part, like they're supposed to be like more slender
Okay,
and almost like slightly effeminate in like their
Mm.
build,
just
but that they're
lean,
very
just
beautiful.
very lean people.
So all these damn elves are males? Fuck.
I mean, I don't know. The Holdra is female. JT.
The one that, the one that this lady is going off into the forest and doing it with, having her tantric, amazing, life-altering sex, is male.
Her
I need to see more of these stick figures, guys.
her
I never in my wildest dreams did I
Stuff.
imagine
That's-
that.
I mean, yeah, they're
did-
they're upright. Everybody, they're
'Cause he's
vertical,
just
not
that strong.
horizontal.
Yeah, there's shit.
He's just
yeah,
holding
he's
her
gotta be
cunt
fat.
Yes.
up to his face.
And he doesn't
Yeah.
even have arms.
No, there's no arms that I can see.
Well, because they're part of the stick. Because he's holding
Everybody,
her.
look up, Mandy. What did you Google to find this?
Oh,
Yes. I googled. Hold on. Please yourself, by Halgerther Hallgrimsdottir. This is on Goodreads.com, and it shows the cover, which is this amazing stick figure image of sex.
I love how the book is just like, it looks like paper, like really cheap paper
Yeah,
that's been folded and stapled together.
I want it so bad. I just.
But also,
gotta
you guys,
get this
isn't it? And so this is me, the skeptic in me, like thinking critically about what she's done here. The book is called Please Yourself, with the play on words of the elf thing. And so as a skeptic, I'm thinking, okay, this is actually literal and the elf is metaphorical. And she's saying, like, have the best goddamn sex of your life. Like, please yourself. I don't know. To me, that's like overtly like, this is all fake. I'm doing this to myself and I'm making up this extraneous
Oh,
lover.
that's fine. I mean, guys, I'm gonna read the book for you. I'm gonna bite
Yeah.
that bullet because it's gonna be a real hardship for me.
I mean, I love it. I want to read it. And it looks like a pretty short, easy read.
It looks like an easy read. Oh, the pictures! I'm so excited about the
JT,
pictures.
what's happening over there? You're in complete disapproval or something. What's that
no,
face?
absolutely not. I'm just thinking Rachel's going to want to borrow that book from you.
Yes, she is. Oh,
Oh,
Gunther.
nice. Oh, God.
All right, so we need to close this episode out, don't we?
Yeah, I gotta talk to somebody.
Well, thanks for sticking through the end of this episode. Hopefully you grabbed your own beer and drank one while trying to listen
Yes, please.
to this episode. It might have made it really a lot easier to listen to if you were drunk.
Yes. Woo! Look,
Yeah.
Look, everybody. ASU beer, Devil's Halo.
Oh, Devil's Halo. Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. So, again, thanks for tuning in. And this has been another episode of
The
Wandering
Wandering
Crow.